You
no?
know what? It's tough right now. I mean, Takashi 6ix9ine. They still. One of my friends believes Takashi 6ix9ine had millions of dollars, and I told him this guy doesn't have the money you think he has. See how people believe certain things. Oh, this guy has millions and millions of dollars, and I said no, he doesn't. He doesn't have that money. He used to have that kind of money back in the days, but since that trial came up and he's been labeled as a snitch or whatever, people have changed on him. He's trying to get back out here into the business, into the industry. So if you notice, he's on a lot of social media sites. He's putting himself back out there. Listen, he had music that people liked. Unfortunately, he got caught up in something that was kind of bad for him. But people don't understand that he had to cooperate in order to be free. And Takashi 6ix9ine, I don't know him personally, but I looked at guys like him. He's not built for that type of prison life, and everybody
Right.
knew that, like to be a hardcore criminal. But he's trying to put himself out there. Now, if Gunner comes out, we have a forgiving society too. They may accept him, that he spoke or he talked, if that's the case. Um, it's different now, how our world is. Now
Right.
our world is like the bad guy is the good guy and the good guy is the bad guy. You ever notice that?
Exactly. Exactly. I noticed
That's the
that.
way it is right now. You could have a
Yeah.
guy commit crimes and he could come out here and be a fashion model, or he
Right.
could come back and he could be a
Mot-
business owner
a
or whatever,
motivational speaker.
motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Look, this guy who's always on the internet. What is it,
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate? He's in
Yeah.
solitary confinement. I was just talking about him tonight, and he's in solitary confinement, and he talks a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And listen, I understand that he's a social influencer. He's this, he's that, but people want to take a guy like him down because they think he's cocky. They think he thinks he's all of that, and they want
Right.
to go after a guy like him. So he's got to be careful. Maybe some of the things that he says are true about what he talks about, but you got to be careful what you say these days because people use those things against you, and they dig into your past. And if your past is not that great or you have skeletons, they go after you. And I think he's been in other countries now that they went out. Now he's in solitary confinement, and I think he's overseas. I don't know if it's in
Romania.
Romania.
Yeah.
So in that country is a lot different. We learned that from Brittany Griner
Right.
when she went to Russia, right? What happened
Right.
to her? So, and I personally believe that that charge was kind of harsh for her to be in jail that long because she had vapes.
Right.
And that's me, my opinion. We got murderers out here that we can't even
Exactly.
put to jail, and we're going after her for vapes and stuff. I'm going to go after the guys that are committing these real serious crimes.
Exactly.
But this is the way things are today. It's no rhyme or reason why these things happen. So anything you do, anything you looked at, you have to be careful about. You really do.
Right. Who asked you about Andrew Tate? I'm curious.
One of my friends, he owns a diner. We were talking about this guy because he was telling he said a comment one day. He goes, "I don't go out on the weekends. The weekends are for poor people." That's what he
Okay.
said. He goes, "Poor people go out on the weekends to clubs and bars. I go out during the week. I don't drive to clubs on the weekends. That's for poor people." I mean, he says a lot of stuff. This guy. So I'm sure some people got offended by what he said.
Right.
But
Right.
he might be right in his realm of how he runs his life or how he
Right. Right.
travels or how he does his daily things. But
Right.
saying that is kind of tough. And then for people to be like, who the hell is this guy?
Right. Right.
And then remember, he's a media influencer. When you ask people what they want to be in life, I think it was at a school one time, and they asked these kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they said, well, I want to either be an astronaut, maybe a doctor, or social media influencer. Nobody wants to be a lawyer, a cop, a sanitation guy, a
Yeah.
teacher. They want to be a social influencer. That's the big thing
Right.
right now because they see how they have all these people on social media now that become big. And then even me, you have to keep up with all these people. You go places and people say, you know who so and so is? And I'm like, no, I never heard of her. And then I go on social media and I look and I say, oh, she's a social media person. And they say, yeah, she's big. She's
Right.
big. But the problem you have when you ask them about who Barry Manilow is or
Right.
who Luther Vandross was, who's that? You
Right.
know, they don't know. They don't know the history. All they know
Yeah.
is who's popular now. And that's how our society is right now. Everything is for the now. It's not for the future or the past. It's the
Yeah.
now.
It's a different time.
It's a different time.
Oh, what are your thoughts on Andrew? Have you seen the other things that Andrew Tate has said about women? I don't know.
He says a lot of things about a lot of people. He says about women. He says about the cars he drives, the life he lives. But I think he was a fighter. I think wasn't he a
yeah, like a kickboxer.
Yeah, so he could fight. The guy could fight. So he's not a slouch, you know. But still, now he's in social media. Now he's got to watch himself because he's in the eye of the public. And once you're in the eye like that, any little thing that you do, people are going to look to get you, especially with all the stuff that you say about people, you know?
Right.
I mean, I was watching my man Stephen A. Smith today. He had me dying about the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah?
He's another guy. I got to watch him because he won't be – he can't go to Dallas right now. Those people might want to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
He did that Pinky skit today from Friday. With, Irvin. That was funny. I was watching this morning. But I like Stephen A. Smith. He tells it like it is. He's another guy. He tells it like it is.
Right.
People may not like the way he comes out, but he tells it like it is. That's the kind of guy he is, you know?
Right.
And I have to respect that, you know?
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, man.
Man. Free Andrew Tate, bro.
All right, man.
There it is, bro.